Janita.
In this Dave Matthews flu game, he broke us off a piece of Kit Kat jam. The DMB post-show stream starts now. In 2024, after Dave and Tim finished their Mexico run, I reached out to fans and browsed YouTube for as many clips as I could find. DMB fans went above and beyond to send raw 4K and HD footage to my Dropbox and Google Drive accounts. By mid-March, I had uploaded 3 full-show multicam videos to YouTube in 4K, capturing the magic from Mexico. I am determined to do the same thing this year, but I cannot do it alone. I'm looking for any fan videos, no matter how long or how short. Horizontal video is preferred, but I will take vertically shot video as well. If your camera or phone can shoot in HD or 4K, it will garner the best visual content. If your phone allows you to choose the frames per second or FPS, try setting it to 60 frames per second. But even if the footage is shot in 30 or 24 frames per second, I can still work with that footage. Just in case there are gaps in available video, I will need B-roll footage from Mexico to fill in the space between guitar changes or portions of the show with no fan video. If you are by the pool, on the beach, or on an excursion, you can send that video in. After this weekend of fun ends, I can work via social media DMs or private messaging to get you a link to my Dropbox or get your iCloud, Google Drive, or Dropbox links. Every video and taper audio source will be credited on the final products. If you need a few days or even a few weeks to gather your video and send it in, don't worry. I can wait for time you have free, even if it is weeks after the shows, and I will incorporate that footage the best I can into the final products I'll be working on in February. The DMB post-show stream will air every night, and I'll be talking to fans from Mexico live on air after every single show ends. There's always space for new faces and perspectives to come on the stream, so don't hesitate to reach out if you've never been on one of these post-show streams and you happen to be in Mexico this weekend. You can share your experience any way you'd like. And if you don't want to be live on air, you can send me a video clip with your thoughts about the specific show or things you did that day. And you can DM me on Instagram, Facebook, even on X and Blue Sky, and I'll find a way to either get your video clip on my post-show stream or give you a link to go live with me once I'm live after the Dave and Tim shows. As long as you're not drunk, as long as you're not swearing like a sailor, you're good to go. You can have fun, share your opinions, and join me on stream. I hope everyone down in Mexico enjoys this special weekend of paradise at Moon Palace Golf, Spa, and Resort. It's your boy Conserviz 34. Peace. You already know that.
It's your boy Conserviz 34 back at home.
What up? What up? It's your boy Conserviz 34.
Yep, so your boy Conserviz 34 coming to you here.
What up? What up? It's your boy Conserviz 34. Aria. Okay, so this is Aria, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your love for the Dave Matthews Band.
I've been a fan of the band since April 28, 1998, and if you recognize the date, that's when Before These Crowded Streets was released.
Alpine is definitely a better venue than Summerfest, but we'll take it. I think I've been going to shows for about 20-something years.
I always tell people, like, compared DMB to now to when I first started, and I got started, in my opinion, I feel like I got started late. Like I was at the very end of the band's prime. I feel like that 03 to 06 was like the end of the prime. 07, 08 was like, you know, we're at the very end, and then when Roy passed.
But Dave really, this is the thing. Dave has put, Rashawn has been assigned the quarterback of this team. He is the coach, the play caller. He designs the jams. Dave just shows up and plays whatever he's going to play. Mexico, what up? Cali, hold your head. LA, we praying for y'all. Shout out Gary, Indiana. Shout out Pensacola, Florida. Houston, Texas, what up? Chi-Town, what up? Shout out El Paso. 915. Shout out to Louisiana. Y'all got so much ice you could skate on it. There had been this much ice in New Orleans since the Bling Bling video in 99. DC, what up?
Would have been the biggest rebuke of Trump.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Stop laughing. But yeah, y'all got some snow outside down in the south. What up? What up? It's your boy Conserviz 34. And when I tell you, it takes Dave having the flu for a song like Kit Kat Jam to come out. It took a whole pandemic for him to remember the third verse of Gray Street. I do not wish ill will on anybody. I don't. I hope everyone in Dave Matthews Band universe is having a wonderful life. But Dave does more when he goes through something than when life is easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl. And tonight was yet another example. The Stone night one, help myself. He forgot to play covers. That's how good this set was. He's like, I don't need to play Watchtower. I don't need to play another cover. I'm going to cover my own music. Like, yeah, Rye Whiskey, that's quick. And Casimir was Tim Reynolds, and I don't mind if Tim Reynolds solo plays this. And, you know, he had some struggles with his voice, but again, I want good things to happen to Dave Matthews. But at the same time, when he goes through adversity, he puts some amazing things out here. I was watching the Couch Tour, and somebody who was part of the Couch Tour stream, I believe his name was Jeff. He went to 143 shows. This is the first time he had Kit Kat Jam, right? It's easier to catch a functional AB in public than it is to catch a Kit Kat Jam, right? You're better. There's better luck of you seeing the Cowboys win a playoff game than actually being able to catch Kit Kat Jam live. So this is a special thing. I want to bring on. I'm gonna. It's not New Year's resolution, but I want to talk less and allow people who are in Mexico to actually share their perspective here. And so we're gonna have on Mile High Dad, aka Shane, and we're also going to have on Boiler Mike. Yes, a Purdue fan was invited by a UConn fan to the DMB poster stream. So let's bring on Boiler Mike and Mile High Dad here. All right, how you guys doing?
Hello,
What's
hello. Good morning, Marcus.
So before we get to the music, you guys are veterans of this experience. It's in January this year, not February. And I know it's kind of moved around throughout the years, but really it was kind of locked in February. How is the weather different this year compared to previous years?
Cloudy, cooler. Honestly, I can't complain because it's 60 some degrees warmer down here than it is back at home. So take it for what it's worth. I'll take cloudy and 73 over gray, dreary, snowy Indiana at this time of the year. So I'm good.
And any major changes before you even get to the show? Any major changes arriving to the hotel, meeting people, having festivities Thursday?
No, not for us. We got in, flight in at 3. We were at the hotel having cocktails by 5. Met up with our crew, Boiler Mike, his wife, a couple other friends. They just have this entire event, and it's no different. They have experience doing it with such big groups, Dead and Company or Dead Ahead. This year they did it, and I think Fish is coming down again after Dave. So it's flawless from the moment you literally get through customs. There's somebody to almost take your hand and walk you to the bus, everything, the check-in. It's really what you expect on a trip like this when you are paying a price like this. I mean, they really have it locked in.
Yeah.
And walk us through this lead up to the show as far as you're in the venue, you're standing in crowds. What was the crowd like this year ahead of the first notes that Dave and Tim would play?
I would say
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Late crowd, maybe after dinner. Nobody recognized the opening act, although they never sang a word. They were local. At least I believe they were. I could be speaking out wrong there. But they were considered, from what I was described, as like a Latin jam duo.
Okay.
No words. Both one on guitar, one with a guitar or on a bongo. And it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was like Dave addressed the crowd, said that he caught him on Tiny Desk. That's how he got him. And he wanted to expose his crowd, his community to him. But otherwise, it didn't really start packing in until right before Dave, and then people started flooding it. Because I was shocked. I was like, we were told that they sold 1,200 less tickets. Is that right? This year than last year? Like purposely wanted, which may be a bit of why the price went up a little bit this year as well. Not as many people. But once intermission between opening act and Dave, it filled right in. It was because we were probably just 35 rows back. If you were to put them in rows, maybe 30 to 40 rows back. We don't need to play the rail game in Mexico. It's too chill. It's too much of a good time with everybody who's come from so far to hang out in the same group, and nobody in our group had the entry, so it was easy for us all to kind of stay clowned up, if you will. And it was windy as hell. The wind was sand was blowing, like you had to put your back to the breeze because otherwise it was in your eyes. Really overcast, but as the show went on, it was almost in sync with Dave. Like he started feeling better through the show. The weather cleared up through the show. The wind slowed down during the show. So, I mean, it was just kind of, there was good and bad, and they all worked together in harmony, you know, for the whole night.
And word on the street was that Dave had the flu. Mike, what was the first thing you heard about this idea that Dave was sick or had the flu?
Honestly, when he walked on stage and said it, like that was the first time. But then, you know, there's Dave speak, and didn't really know if it was going to carry over into the show, and you could kind of tell it was a little sluggish. You know, I probably putting more out there than what we even realize. You know, to get up there and do a solo show like that, you know, not having the full band behind him to rely on that, just him and Tim out there. You know, kudos to him to do that. You know, you could tell it was a struggle at the beginning, but then it picked up. Voice kind of reminded me a little bit of Alpine, you know, when he was sick at Alpine, and how he kind of struggled at times through that, but it just pushed through, you know. And I don't get hung up on that. I'm at a Dave show, so I'm going to take it for what it's worth and love every minute of it, because normally I'm around people that I love and I want to be there with and experience something. And that's how I looked at this. If he had the flu, so be it. He's going to give us his best shot. And I think he did that tonight.
And Shane, when would you say throughout this set tonight, with your Warehouse, Up and Away, all these like bangers and then some of the more popular songs, when would you say this is the point in the show where it was like everything changed and it was a whole new level of wow?
I thought Help Myself. Look, we all agree. It sounds bad because I'm here, and I ain't saying anything negative about that, man. He came out obvious to everyone he was struggling, obvious to the lyrics on songs that were either he missed some of the high notes too. He just breezed over them real quick, or nobody cared. Nobody. Dave said, "Who cares?" But there had to be 4,000 people picking up his slack. It was unbelievable. I turned to Angie. I was like, "Listen, you can't even hear Dave. Like on some of those high notes, like the crowd was like, don't worry about it. We got you. We got you. Don't save your voice. Like we'll sing for you." It was unbelievable. Like chills. I was like, oh my God, unbelievable. Like he and everybody. So I'm gonna say the original question. When did I notice? I thought Help Myself was a little hard for him to sing. Yet then I thought he came out with the Stone and crushed it. I thought the Stone was fantastic. So then I thought, okay, he's loosening up. Samurai Cop sounded great. And I was like, all right, he's getting better. And then you could see it. So by time he went off and Timmy had his break, I feel like he was almost gearing up. And by the second half of the show, he was definitely more animated in his playing. You know how he makes some facial gestures when he's singing, or he'll look up at the light and just kind of, you know, he was getting more into his music. He was feeling a little better, you know. I'm not saying he was back to 100% and nobody cared, you know. You know, everybody just hoped. He had mentioned, look, you know, tonight's only night 1. And by the end of night 3, you're going to say, damn, that was a great weekend. So he's aware of everything. He's so aware that he's got high expectations, but nobody is holding him to that level, knowing that he's sick. You know, he's putting the pressure on himself. And man, tonight was just a great show. It was a total yin and yang. You know, it was like you have to take some of the bad, which is how he's feeling, and maybe some of the weather, and maybe it's not warm enough where you're out there in a t-shirt and shorts watching the show. You have to layer up with a hoodie and maybe pants or something, you know. But then the yang to the yin is, oh my God, did you see the set list he gave us? And he's funny, even though he's sick. He was really, his sense of humor shined through, and the crowd ate it up. Everyone just was just like, dude, you know, you're the captain of this community, and we'll follow you no matter how bad you're feeling. And he rallied the troops. Man. Amazing tonight. You know, he just showed real love, I guess, of the community, respect for us being there. Like I was saying, he doesn't feel that bad. If he can't sing, he's Dave Matthews. He can call upon a plethora of musicians to sing a song here and there, play a little beat on a guitar so that he doesn't have to sing so much. He can do this, you know, and he's a proud professional musician, and he gave all that he could tonight, and it was amazing.
And speaking of, there's a lot of different moments in this show that I think people will remember for a while, but one of the big ones was Dave kind of alludes to this fact that either he is a grandpa or he said that, but he's going to be a grandpa. Mike, walk us through that moment before Sister where we get this kind of reveal from Dave.
Yeah, see, and by that time I had moved to the back of the venue with my wife. We went to go sit down and just kind of chill in the back there. And so he kind of goes into one of his Dave speaks, and it's almost like he choked up before he said something about it. And he just kind of looked up and he says, "Yep, I'm going to be a grandparent," you know. And it was just, I think everybody was caught off guard by this.
I mean, that's a personal drop, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a life drop to give out in public.
Yes.
Yep. Very personal. And then just to sitting where we were from, I posted it on X or whatever you want to call it nowadays. But it was my night 2, my final post that I made of where we were sitting from, and to hear the crowd erupt and just cheer him on, you know, because it's a huge life moment that, you know, I think it was just one of those moments. And then after he said that, and then he told the story about his daughter sitting in the back of the car, and, you know, and immediately I knew it was Sister. And then he goes into it, and it just, to me, I like Sister. I know some friends of mine that are they're very close sisters. So whenever I hear that song, I think of them. And when he sang this, I think there was just an emotional moment to him that you could hear him kind of choke up and kind of almost tear up during the song. And it just, I think it took on a new meaning for him.
Yeah. And we even, it reminds me of, I was at that Mohegan show where he played that cover of the Book of Love.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is. You're not expecting him to give this story about him losing a dog that he loved so much, that was part of his family's life, and as his children grew. It's like, oh, in Dave's own way, he just yet again tonight shares a big piece of his life, that the losing his dog is a sad thing. The part about being a grandfather is a very exciting thing. And in his awkward, kind of nonchalant way, yet it's special to him, but he's just like, and I'm going to be a grandfather. Like, he's sharing something very personal. And this is somebody, he's not on social media frequently, which is a positive. I think you do more damage on social media than sometimes. He's kind of left a lot to be private behind the scenes. And here we get this announcement that he is going to be a grandfather. That is a big, big moment here. for Dave and for all of us to just celebrate with him, thinking about his, even when his kids were first born, and now one of them is going to be a parent. We don't know, but one of his children is going to be a parent, and we wish whoever that is well. And we're so excited for that. All right, the main thing here, we get Kit Kat Jam. I want to start with you, Shane, and walk us through just from the 12 string coming out after Old Dirt Hill to the end of Kit Kat Jam. Walk us through your experience there.
Oh man, I need to see the video again because I was just, it was mind-boggling. We, our crew, O played. Like that song. I like O. And then they started in on Kit Kat, and it, oh my God. And we just looked at each other kind of like, is that kind of what we think it is? And we recognized, we were like, oh my God, it is. And then I'm going to say about 45 seconds to a minute into the song, the hub hit. And there was a distinct loud, but like light bulbs went off. A really large portion of people when they saw their phone and realized what was getting played. And but there was an awful lot of people that had no clue, none, which is shocking because you would think an event like this is drawing really the most hardcore fans. I mean, you're not popping for this 3 days if you haven't seen the guy play before. So, yeah, I would say once the hub started going off, you could hear throughout the audience like the realization of what was getting paid, and it was huge for us. I mean, man, we've been doing this 20 years. I haven't heard the song. People are asking me online, but was it really good? Like, come on, it wasn't with the full band. Enough. If you were standing out in the sand next to me when that played, it would have been the most amazing moment that you could have even asked for on night one. I don't care if it's two guys playing a guitar. I don't care if it's just Dave playing the guitar. That's a Chase song. It just doesn't get played. A buddy of ours that, a lot of us know him in the community. I think Connor told me it was 4,200 shows since it's been played. If that's true, that's mind-boggling. 13 years or something. So yeah, if you ask me, but was it worth it? But was it nearly good enough? Because it's only two guys. It was really good enough. Good. No, I'll tell you that right now.
Is it not enough? This blessed supply. Well, here's the thing. Kit Kat Jam, 15 plays in 02, 7 in 03. Doesn't come back till 2010. And that first one from 2010 was in Hartford. That was the first set of shows for the 2010 summer tour. And that Hartford show had a bunch of liberations. It was just kind of like tonight where Dave kind of, I guess I got to play it. Like it was kind of one of those things where the band was just literally starting their tour. So just kind of a thing where they weren't as polished in their tour schedule. So it was just kind of a bust out. But obviously it was caught everyone off guard. And there was one play or two plays in 2013. So I think I'll say this. The trip to Mexico that you guys have taken so many times, you have fans who are diehards in the sense that they do their research and they know everything. But you also have fans who love this band. They're not any less of a fan because they don't know the deep cuts. They're not digging deep into this data. They're not listening to every single taper year of audio. Oh, let me listen to 5 shows from '08 or 2010, and that's how you find out. That's how I found out about the 2010 tour. My friend was there and said, "Listen to these tapes." Right, so you have the overwhelming majority of even diehard DMB fans don't know a lot of these deep cuts, and it's also why, quick side note, DMB radio has actually been useful to the fan base. For someone like me, 99% of the time, I don't get anything out of DMB radio outside of the Friday Night Concert series. But you have fans 20, 25 years, they never heard A Dream So Real. Maybe they skipped that year. Maybe they weren't around. They started in the 90s. They've never heard Toy Soldiers, right? They don't know what Doobie Thing is. Some of them didn't know when Mac had leaked. They didn't even know what that was. And that's fine. I've been watching hockey since 1995. That's 30 years of my life when I was 5 years old. There are things people who just started watching hockey 10 years ago know more than I do. Because I love hockey, I played hockey, but I can't talk, like some of the deep thoughts in sports, like hockey, I know. I may have never known, oh, this year I did that, but someone who started watching hockey 10 years ago and who knows their history and data and the different systems knows it. So I'll say that, and I always say this on the stream, is that the majority of these crowds don't know a song that's been played 29 times.
That's right.
Mike, what was your reaction to Kit Kat Jam?
It honestly caught me off guard. I mean, it did. I thought Dave, and I could be wrong about this, when he led into it, he goes, well, yeah, this could be good or this could be bad.
Sure
and right
did.
there, it's like, okay, he's taking a shot at something that he normally doesn't do, and it's going to put him outside of a little bit of a comfort zone, and they're just going to try something. There, it kind of caught my attention. And when it started, I was standing there and then I looked at Sarah and I kept listening and I go, oh my God, this is Kit Kat Jam. And she was so pumped for me. I mean, show number 46 for me. Not that I'm deep into this, but listening through college and everything and knowing this song is out there and just wanting to be able to hear it just once. Like, just give it to me once. And I got it here. That right there, honestly, it made my weekend.
Wow.
It did. And it's Friday. We got 2 days to go of this. It's like last year when he busted, I'd been chasing shotgun, for all my shows. And a lot of the guys know Troy back home. I'm always going to call out a shotgun. I wanted it. I want to hear it once. This was in that same realm for me. And to get it. So it was really special. I don't care if there's not words to it. I don't care if there's no full band, like Shane said. We got it. And it just honestly melted me right there. It just kind of, I had to sit down and take it all in there for a minute, and I don't think the people around us even knew what was going on. Cause when I said it to her, I said it loud enough that people could hear me and it didn't spark a whole lot there, but I think to the few and to the people that really, it hit. It really hit tonight.
And speaking of Kit Kat Jam, what we're going to do is we're going to actually play this live on the air. I have been given audio. Now,
Awesome.
the thing is, I'm trying to see if I can, give me 1 second. I'm going to try to see if I can get it so you guys can hear this audio. I don't, let me see if I can.
While you're doing that real quick, I have been chasing certain Mexico songs. Now, it's hard for you to say, you're going to this destination. Why do you go with chase songs? He plays songs here that you just don't get on tour. He plays songs here that he knows will appeal to a bit more of the hardcore fan than to the masses in, say, Alpine, Deer Creek, Spec. So, yeah, I mean, I forgot where I was going with this. It was just amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. Where was I going with this, Mike? Remind me. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Oh, my chain on. See how quickly I come back to it? I just needed you there, Mike. You got my back. For 4 years now, I've wanted gaucho and beach ball. I just feel like those are kind of fitting for the destination.
Yes. Yes.
If you could get a good word in for me, Mike, for the next 2 days, that would be great. Still chasing those two. I just never saw Kit Kat even being played down here. We talk about it, right? Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cool. If we heard it, I never heard it. Oh my God.
All right, so it's not. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna keep you guys on here. Stay to the side.
Okay.
We'll make sure you can hear this audio as well after this. I mean, you guys heard it live, anyways. Yeah. But I want to play this on the stream so that people can hear this, because this audio is just. I got this here, and I want to thank the person who got this over to me. I'm going to play Kit Kat Jam, and then I'll come back to you guys. This is, I'm going to play it. I will be right back with you guys. Let me bring everyone who's watching the post-show stream over, because what's the problem, I can't, if I switch it, play it with you guys, it's also going to play back what I'm hearing. So I got to, long story short, we'll get back to you guys in just a second here, and we appreciate you being on. All right, so this is going to be Kit Kat Jam. Let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and play this. This is audio here from tonight's Kit Kat Jam. All right, let's see.
I'm a complete wild man. Just letting y'all know. Surprise everybody. Unpredictable. Thank you again. If I forgot to say it, like 20.
Where are we going to breakfast tomorrow, Mike?
Golf course.
Golf course.
Yeah. I guess I think what restaurant there has a really good breakfast.
It'd be like one of the best.
Yeah. Tom and Carrie said it's unbelievable.
Are they going with us?
I don't know.
Did anybody
I
invite
don't know.
Did we invite
No,
them? I know Tom's listening right now, actually. Tom's from Chicago. Of course, that lives tonight. So while you're listening to this, Tom, I hope you're coming to breakfast with us tomorrow. I wish that Dave brought down somebody like Dead Ahead did to have a good late night DJ set.
Yeah.
Like maybe for an hour or an hour and a half after his show, have people have a place to find.
All right, you guys are listening to WDMB. It's your boy Concert Viz 34. That was the Kit Kat Jam Dave and Tim premiere from earlier tonight. All right, sorry guys. I know I'm gonna bring back Shane and Mike. I had to mute them for some reason. Their audio was transferring over behind it, so we're gonna bring them back here. Let's see.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
We're talking about breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think it was because I put on the desktop audio, and I'm hearing you. It's somehow connected that way. But I will make sure. Usually I can see when it's on. Anyway, we played Kit Kat Jam for everyone, and I think obviously I'll say listening to it at home on kind of the couch tour. It's not the couch tour. People are awesome. It's just hard for them. Like some of the streams were buffering and all that. So to hear the audio by itself, it sounds even better. Obviously, why wouldn't it? But it just gives additional context to just Tim Reynolds. If he never picks up an electric guitar again, there's no downside. And again, he's still great on electric, and I love some of the percussive stuff he does on electric, but acoustically is the natural way that I believe he was meant to play with Mr. Dave Matthews. And for many years, they toured that way. And for many years, his electric guitar was lower down, and they've gotten back to that sound. But that's a treat. You guys could go home today and still get something that people have been chasing for almost 3 decades at this point. So how was the, speaking of this, Mike, how was the sound this year, the acoustics with the wind and everything compared to some other years where maybe those things aren't a factor?
For me, fine. I think Dave struggled a little bit with the sound. There was a couple of moments where he looked over to the stage, side, and you could tell he was wanting to bump it up a little bit. Out in the crowd, I had no problem with it. Sitting further back, it was a little bit more muted because of the wind blowing around a little bit. It did get a little bit more softer and a little bit more, I won't call it distorted, but there was definitely a buffer there when you were sitting further back. Still can't take away anything from it. I mean, you're sitting in Mexico listening to them on a beach. I can't complain there. But I really think that the wind kind of affected it just a little bit, and but overall, man, it was still good. I think it was last year. Tim had some issues with like a slide, and there was some major feedback going on. There was a couple situations like that, but I don't think there was any major issues tonight that I could tell from.
Okay. And Shane, any final thoughts about tonight and your experience?
I had the best time tonight. I don't know how to put it into words because it's hard for people sitting at home going, well, of course you had a good time. I had a really good time tonight. It was empathy for Dave because he's sick, jubilation for the set list he gave us, friends that we all have come from around the country and gathered into one place that we haven't seen each other since the Gorge. No, we get 2 more nights of this. Oh my God. Yeah, this is unbelievable tonight. Like I just no complaints. And there's a song or two on this set list that given any other tour, any other stop somewhere, I'd be like, ugh, I don't want this song. But no, not tonight, man. Not every song was hitting. And it again, the songs weren't perfect tonight. Everybody knows that. The songs, Dave can't be happy with the way he performed tonight. He said that physically. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. I mean, he was happy about, not happy, that's the wrong word, but he was expressing a bit of humor with, this is the situation we're dealt, and I'm going to do the best for you. So absolutely not. And maybe he gets some rest tonight and drinks his cup of tea tomorrow. And I'm going to be really excited. I'm going to be lined up and ready to go when he hits that stage. And I have no doubt that he's going to give us his best foot forward tomorrow night, too. It's just amazing.
Yep.
Any final thoughts, Mike, on Pat McAfee not showing up to the suite? Oh, we on this is a DMB stream. All right, any final thoughts on a night one for Dave and Tim in Mexico?
And I tell you, I think this is my 5th year doing this. I think that was probably one of the best first nights that I've witnessed down here. From him not feeling good to the friends, to the camaraderie, to the people that were just a chill atmosphere, to just the set. I mean, I can't complain about it. It was, like Shane said, it was just, I think at a normal show, you'd just be like, all right, cool. There's Black and Blue. It's like, all right, cool, whatever, but I think there's something about those Come Tomorrow songs with him and Tim that to me are just special, because the acoustic, the softer version of it, just to me just hit differently that way. What Timmy did during Samurai Cop, when you hear that, it's amazing what he did with that guitar. I'm just like, this is sick. So really, from start to finish for me was just a really cool show. I can't wait for 2 more nights of this. I'm actually kind of giddy for it. Like Shane said, it's, the prospects are there. If he pulled this out night one, what's he going to do? I kind of feel like it's the gorge all over for me. The excitement of just, okay, that was night one. Where are we going night 2 and night 3? That's the way I look at this. And I don't take any show for granted at all. It's a special moment with special people. I mean, that's the best way that I can put it. It's a great community, great people, great friends.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys being on. You guys have become like family. Hanging out with you guys and seeing you guys hang out with Kumi and other people I know. It's just it's always great to see. So
shout out to Kumi.
Yes, we're gonna hear from him in a second. I'm gonna play his clip, but I'm gonna let you guys go head off. I will mute you guys so that way you don't have to worry about anything. I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened, but
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't. Anybody wanted to hear my breakfast plans over.
We'll get community. Trust me. We'll make sure that we get the audio up here. Just a brief audio thing at the end. But thank you guys. Go to sleep. Get some rest. Do it all over again tomorrow. And again. Yes. There's a lot of great things, even with songs you don't like you said, when Tim Reynolds and Dave Matthews give you a unique view of some of these songs, old and new. Take care. Mm-hmm. Peace, love, and DMB.
All right. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Mike. Yep. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
All right. Right. So those 2 guys were there to be guests, and I want to just play some things from Kumi here. Kumi DMB. We're going to listen to him. This is a 3-part thing here. Let's listen to Kumi, who was also at the shows tonight and will be there the next 2 nights.
What's up? It's Kumi DMB, also known as DMB Fan JTR, coming at you from the Sunrise Pool in Mexico for Concert Vids 34 stream. Wow, what a show. I mean, Kit Kat Jam Liberation was not on my bingo card, but I'm kind of still speechless about that because I couldn't believe what I witnessed. That's a song that I was pretty sure I'd never hear live. I know it's not full band, but still, seeing it Dave and Tim, it was just crazy. It kind of left me stunned for the rest of the show. I was like, how are they going to top that? The Warehouse opener was awesome. You know, Two-Step Closer was awesome. A lot of good songs in the middle there. You know, 41, Crush, and just Kit Kat Jam was just the highlight. I don't know how this weekend can be topped. Obviously, getting Up and Away was cool too. Hadn't had that before, and hearing some double songs is always good. But I mean, it's kind of weird because Kit Kat Jam, it took a second to realize what they were playing because I feel like a lot of the crowd was quiet while it was being played. But once it clicked that this was Kit Kat Jam being played, it was just, the crowd erupted. You know, Mexico's unlike anything else, and I think a lot of people make the trip for moments like this. You know, seeing a liberation like that, you know, first time in 12 years almost, it's wild. Like, it was an all-time moment, I think, for me in my Dave fandom. One of the top 5 for sure. It's just incredible. The crowd, you know, there was a lot of, I mean, at Dave and Tim Mexico, everyone's a Dave fan, right? You know, I don't think you're gonna come here and spend all this money for, you know, a casual set or being a casual fan. But I mean, the crowd has ups and downs. There are a lot of times when the crowd was super talkative, and you know, people get upset about that. I totally forgot to mention The Stone and Help Myself. Those are 2 great songs to hear acoustic that I didn't think I'd hear Help Myself acoustic ever in my life either. That was really cool. But I was just so, like, Kit Kat Jam just overshadowed everything else in my opinion. Like, I still don't have the correct words to, like, express how I'm feeling. It's just amazing. But yeah, the sound I feel like was a lot better this year also than previous years. I could hear, like, walking in, I could hear everything better than last year, I feel like. I did watch the opener. The opener was solid. There was an instrumental duo, or Hermanos Gutierrez. They were solid. Yeah, I lined up around 5:30. Doors were at 6, so I got in. I think a lot of people did the pre-show lounge, so like a lot of people were already lined up when I got in front of the stage, I mean. So I was about 8 rows back for the whole show. You know, it was a solid spot for me, not too far back. And I think it was a great show. I mean, it's Mexico, you know. It's hard to get a bad show here. But yeah, those are my thoughts for right now. Thanks for having me on, Marcus, and I'll catch you in the next one.
All right, and this is going to do it for tonight, except what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this show out. I'm going to play that Kit Kat Jam for you guys again, and then that'll be the show. There'll be no outro song. I'll save that for tomorrow. Let me just get over here. Hi, guys. I'm here. All right, and then let me just make sure this is playing. Okay, so we have audio here. All right, so I'm going to clip this part just so you guys can catch it. But it's your boy ConcertViz34. Hold on, let me just make sure we get this set up. What up? It's your boy ConcertViz34. And we're going to close out this stream with another listen to Kit Kat Jam here. And appreciative to get this here, this audio in MP3 format from Mexico. And so let's just take a listen. I'm not even going to give commentary. Let's just take a listen to this song here, all the way through, as it was on night one, Dave and Tim Mexico 2025.
I'm out of control. I'm a complete wild man. That's just letting y'all know. I don't want to surprise anybody. Unpredictable. Thank you again if I forgot to say it like 20 times.
So there you have it, Kit Kat Jam. Keep in mind, if you're listening to this, again, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour on the beach. So to have this type of audio, despite all those factors, and to get it this quickly is awesome. And I appreciate all the tapers and video recorders who send me things like this. So we'll see what happens night two. And a lot more that will come of this. And hopefully, just like Busta's stuff in '03, and there's been some other songs that Dave messes around and remembers during Mexico, they translate to the full band. And so hopefully this does get the full band treatment. But listen, I'll take, if Dave and Tim want to come on stage and do this by themselves, I'll do that. If Dave wants to play it by himself, I could care less. This is a piece of musical composition that to me is fun, has open space for everybody in the band to get shine. It is not the wall of sound, just push everything through at a fast tempo that I don't like about some D&B in this modern era. I like this though. So it's your boy ConcertViz34. Thank you guys for watching the D&B post show stream. We'll be back tomorrow. If you want to come on the stream, you're in Mexico, put your information, hit me up in the comments, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, ConcertViz34. We'll try to look to add you on, or send me a video. I'll add it into to that post show stream for night 2 or night 3. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.